Hello, welcome to a War Selection ranked match. Now, I finally, I've been playing rank a lot. I'm finally getting to a point where I'm getting, fairly decent matches against fairly decent people. Still far from the top 100, but I'm slowly getting there. It's not easy when you're, it's not easy to climb the ranks when it's only like 10 per, it's like maybe 8, 5, 7, 10. I'm lucky if I can get a 20 plus ranked rating. But anyways, right here, I decided to climb up the ranks. Now I actually upgraded a lot faster than I thought I would. I thought I would be held back a lot. I actually managed to not only get my temple up a lot faster, but also my warriors up a lot faster. It killed my economy, but I was actually surprised I was able to do that. I actually don't know how I did that either. Like, my economy was only the berry bushes, but I guess it's mainly because I rushed this poultry yard, which helped a lot in getting my warriors up. And this is only 8 minutes into the match too. Anyways, I start getting my warriors up. Now, I don't like how the map is in terms of length for these warriors because of how far they are. But it does help. But long maps do help when it comes to like failures in case they fail. Now I immediately start mobilizing all my warriors, getting them all set up. As you can see, he's building up. He has a lot of slingers and a few warriors. Nothing too bad, nothing too hard. But I immediately start mobilizing and I send my warriors in. I realize, oh hey, he does not have any defenses at all. And I'm thinking, okay, this will be an easy match. I immediately start slaughtering all of his workers, doing the best I can. I see over here, I've basically killed all of them. His slingers have no hope whatsoever. You see, he tries to fight with his workers. And all of his workers over here are dead. And a large majority over here are dead. There's only 4 left, which is very good. I like it a lot. But he does have all of his food workers. And because he did go Europe, it's going to be a lot harder for him to build back up again. Because Europe takes a lot longer. I push in, start killing them all, and he kills all my warriors, but I'm not too concerned because I have another batch coming up. Right here. Yep, there we go. So he immediately starts mobilizing all this thing. He still has all of his slingers, his archers. He puts them here as a blocker because he knows that I'm coming this direction. Meanwhile, I'm mobilizing all of my warriors, trying the best I can to mobilize as much as I can. Now, I actually do mess up a little bit here because I forgot to produce more warriors. I had them set, but I didn't keep producing them. So for a while, he was able to build his forces back up. And he actually does manage to get a lot of his workers also back up. Like, he has a surprising number. Now, he does take a lot from his farm to go back into producing wood. So he does, do that. And he does focus a heavy on fishing boats, which is smart of him, honestly. I would too if all my food workers were being killed like needlessly like that. Then, yeah, having these fishing boats would be a godsend. Which was really smart of him. Just note, if you ever see your workers dying like that much, but you do have a large naval force, or sorry, a lot of water, sorry, not naval force, a lot of water, then just producing fishing boats the entire time, just getting enough just for fishing boats entirely and spending it all on fishing boats would be a enormous help for you. Yep, I go in for another attack. I actually don't manage. I kill a few workers, but I don't kill as many as I want to. And surprisingly, he forgot about this over here. I just destroy his docks. I don't even... He completely ignores it, which I'm surprised he's surprised he did. Like, he just completely ignores it. I guess he thinks something else is attacking him, maybe a wild animal. And then now he realizes, oh, hey, my docks are being attacked. Not the best thing, but I was hoping to at least destroy this dock beforehand. And if I had done it a little bit sooner, I probably could have. But at the same time, I didn't even know those warriors were alive until they destroyed this dock. Right here, he finally pushes up. He starts mobilizing all of his forces surprisingly fast. Like, you can see he has axemen and a group of archers. Now, of course, the archers he did have from the last, from the fact that he wasn't fighting them. But he managed to get macemen up, as well as all these barrackses. Like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 barrackses already. Despite the fact that I killed so many of his workers. So many of his workers died, and yet I was able to just easily... yet he was able to easily recuperate very fast. So props to him. But he starts to push up, and I realize that he starts to push up once this fight goes on, and I'm like, oh, no, I gotta hurry up. And I immediately start building up as fast as possible these walls, which this was like an amazing defensive area right here. These defensive areas were amazing. Like, it's just small gaps in between, and then I was done. You know what's funny? I could have built this wall over here, and this probably would have been a better position. Anyways, the fight goes on here, and he pushes up again more. I lose all of my archers, which is unsurprising. But he starts trying to figure out how to get in. Obviously, he's just clicking inside the base from the way his work units are moving. As you see, he's trying to find a way in, see a gap. He can't find a way in. And right here, I start sending workers all the way down here. I don't realize his axemen are chasing me, and they're on an attack move order. As you see, some of them just pass me, others kind of just straight attack me. So immediately I start dividing up my workers in hopes I can chase a few down, or in hopes I can just remove a few. But I don't know how he manages to see some of them. I know he sees this one, and then this one over here he manages to see. Oh, because I wasn't paying attention to this one, that's why. Fuck. That's how they died. But one of them did manage to survive. One of my workers did manage to survive. Not like it did a whole lot anyways. This worker did literally nothing. All I made him do was build a dock in hopes I could get more fishing. And that was it. So it was completely useless. I was hoping, my plan was to hopefully build some towers up here on the sides. In hopes to push my influence more. But, that plan just completely got shot out of the dark. So, I managed to mobilize a lot of archers. I see he managed to mobilize all of his archers. But my archers are, despite his archers being in Iron Age still, my archers are Eastern Asia, and I got some crossbowmen, some Chokunu. These repeating crossbows. And I must say, repeating crossbows, I remember in Age of Empires, these guys were so fucking... Sometimes they were the best unit, other times they were the worst unit to have. Anyways, I start mobilizing my men here. I push up, confident in my abilities. and I just start going in. I also got some Ashigaru and some Samurai to help with the melee, to help with these Macemen, because these Macemen were giving me trouble. And also to make these archers run away, because these archers do run away now. These archers do have a radius now. I remember before they never had a radius, which made them so incredibly powerful. They can just sit there non-stop. But now that they have a radius, they run around. And because they run around, it's just so much harder. But it doesn't matter if you have a whole bunch of them, I suppose. So he manages to build all of these towers, and he manages to get to medieval, which is surprising. And he gets swordsmen. Now, I would have never gotten these swordsmen at all. I would have stuck with the archers, because the archers are a lot cheaper. Like, because these swordsmen are costing 80 food and 40 metal, and archers only cost 90 food. So I would have just pumped everything I could into food and these archers. And they're a lot faster to make, I believe. Yeah, they're a lot faster. I would have kept making archers non-stop. But he decided to go swordsmen. And swordsmen are powerful, but they're not good when they're already in your base. So, just so you know, what you need to do, make sure you keep making archers. Archers are still one of the MVP units in the game. They still are. The only time they're really not is if you're fighting an opponent which is a lot faster. So cavalry are like the bane of archers. Having cavalry, lots of cavalry, is like the bane of archers because of how fast they are and able to get really close. And because these archers have like a radius they have to fight in, then they have to run away. And the cavalry can just keep chasing them down. Unlike other soldiers, which need to get in close, but it takes a lot of time. Of course, I see all my units die. Eventually, I destroy basically everything he has. You can see now here, he's basically given up. Basically. And so I just built a lot of rocket cannons. I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to end this by building a bunch of rocket cannons. Yep, and there he goes. He quits. Yep. That's how it goes. That's how the cookie crumbles. Now, what he could have done differently, he should have built these walls a little bit sooner, but I can kind of understand why he couldn't, because I did destroy a lot of his economy. He definitely should have focused a lot, like pumped a lot of things into fishing. He should have just kept pumping out these fishing boats. These fishing boats, and then just kept pumping out workers to deal with the wood and metal. But the fishing boats should have just solely been producing nothing but food constantly. And this is actually a thing, something, again, I've said this before already. If your food workers just constantly are dying, but you do have a nice stable supply of fishing or a lot of water, just pump everything into fishing. Sometimes it's the best thing you can do, because that's the only way you're going to make up for the amount of workers you lose. It's just to keep pumping fishing. Now, of course, they could build, a lot of docks and destroy your fishing, which was something that I was going to do eventually if the fight had continued for such a long time. So there is that you do have to consider. But at the time, because I was so focused on land, he should have just kept pumping up fishing. And he did surprisingly well in rebuilding. I will say that. 7K did a surprisingly good job at rebuilding as fast as he possibly could. because he was not having a good time in the beginning, and because he did not have a good time in the beginning, he just kept losing so many workers. He could not rebuild fast enough. But he did a good job, surprisingly, in rebuilding a lot of his units and getting to medieval. Like me, I probably would have like struggled in getting like halfway through. But yeah. And he probably was struggling, but still, he did a very good job at rebuilding as fast as he did with the amount of resources he had. But he should have been producing more archers. He definitely should have been producing more archers. But yeah, that is the game. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.